Hey there, I'm Liz with Full and Fulfilled. This channel is all about keeping your belly full and your heart fulfilled by eating a plant-based lifestyle. So many healthy tips to live your best life. Excited to have you tune in on today's video, how to prep for the grocery store on the Starch Solution. Here's the thing, when we go to the grocery store, we can be bombarded with so many choices. So what do? Make sure you are prepared. I don't know about you, but the grocery store can be a little intimidating because there are so many different options available while you are shopping. And I think it's so important to be prepared when you go to the grocery store. And what do I mean by that? I really think that you should have a plan. You should map out all the food that you want to make and eat throughout your week, depending on how often you go to the grocery store. When you are looking at different categories for your grocery store list, think about veggies, starches, fruit, condiments and spices, and or other things that you may need, such as non-dairy items that would be in the cold section. For me, I like to go to the grocery store one time a week. Sometimes that changes and I maybe will go every other week. Just depends on what I'm making, but also what I need when it comes to fresh vegetables and produce. So for me, I like to go prepared knowing all the food that I'm going to eat that week, but also all of the ingredients and the items that I need to get from the store to feel fully prepared for my week of prepping and cooking all my delicious meals. So when I'm at the grocery store, I tend to circle the perimeter because I feel like that is some of the best food. Besides frozen food, I will go into the aisles for, and worst case scenario, I don't have something on hand that I need to, I will go into the middle aisles. But for the most part, I look at the non-dairy items that I'm going to need, mostly non-dairy milk and maybe some creamer for my husband. I look at all the fruits and vegetables that I'm going to buy. I look at the frozen vegetables and also any other starches that I'm going to need, such as rice, but I tend to buy that in bulk. Oats, I buy in bulk, but potatoes and hash browns, I buy every single week, I feel like. Because, I mean, really, you can never have too many potatoes. And so even before going to the grocery store, I make a list in really different categories where I just know my grocery stores, so I know that I'm gonna hit the vegetable aisle and the starch aisle and go into the non-dairy aisle and so forth. It's really important to make sure that you have enough condiments for whatever you are going to make. So if you are low on condiments, make sure to add to your list another section of condiments and or spices, because spices and condiments definitely can change the flavor 100% when using starches and vegetables. I just like to be fully prepared when I go so that I'm not looking around and getting other things, and I only buy on my list, and I just stay laser focused on what I went in for and what I only need, because I sometimes think with seasonal items, I'm like, ooh, that would be really, really good. But then I buy it and then I don't even know what I'm gonna make with it. So really think about what you are going to make and what you need to prep for throughout the week so that you are successful at the grocery store and that you don't overbuy. And that is one reason I love frozen vegetables, is because I always have those items on hand, and a lot of the starch items I have on hand at all times. So one week, if I don't really feel like going to the grocery store or prepping too much, I have so many things that I can still eat. And that's one of the main reasons I love eating the Starch Solution way and lifestyle, because it is so convenient and so easy for me to go to the grocery store, plan, and prep all of my meals. So I encourage you to sit down this next week and do an inventory of what you have already, what you want to make, and fill in the gaps with your grocery list of the things that you are going to need. I just feel like that's such a good way to plan to go to the grocery store. I always look at, what am I craving? What would I love to eat this week? Then I find those recipes, or if it's not a recipe, I just look at what is needed for that meal. And then from there, I then see what I already have or what I could substitute on what I have. And then anything remaining that I don't have goes onto my grocery list. The other thing to keep in mind is I always say to keep fresh fruit on hand, 1 to 2 different types of fruit to enjoy throughout the week. Nothing more. And here's the thing, if you don't want to buy fresh fruit, buy frozen. Frozen fruit is actually super, super tasty, and I actually rely on it a lot if I'm feeling snacky and I don't have fresh fruit, because the last thing I want is for my fruits and vegetables and any kind of food to spoil. I don't want food to be spoiled if I paid for it. So try that tip. Comment below on if you tried it and how successful you were. Happy grocery shopping! If you have enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up, and if you could ever be so kind, subscribe to my channel for a lot of videos coming your way on the Starch Solution and really just living your best life.